Hi there, welcome to Elm Colors. I'm Erica. On today's weekend whip video, I've got two whips going right now. I've pulled some colors for one of them, and if I finish or if decide I want to switch over, I've got another one here. But first, I'm going to have some lovely candy corn because it is now candy corn season and I am a happy girl. And it's not morning for me this time. It's in the evening, so I'm okay to eat candy. And then I wanted to show you my cup. I don't know if I showed this before on here, but I really like this sentiment. I just thought it was sweet. So, love that. All right, so I'm going to sit here and try to get some of this work done without eating this entire bowl of candy corn. We'll see how that goes. I want to show you what I'm working on in this book. This is what I've got so far. I really like the way she's turning out. I just have to, I'm going to do some alcohol marker work on her clothes because that's a lot more area than I feel like coloring in with pencil. But I like the way that that's going so far. And then I've got a page in Faerie, which is one of the books that I want to finish eventually. And now I started this page and it's still not quite where I am hoping that, well, it's not where I want it to be yet, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to kind of force it to look the way I want here real soon. But yeah, so this is the page that I've done so far. For the background, I used some Distress ink, a stencil, and some Cosmic Shimmer watercolor. Also, these darker splotches are Distress ink that I watered down and just kind of splattered on there. The only bad thing was when I was using the washi tape that I had, and when it got wet, when I was, messing up my entire page, it pulled up a lot of the paper. And then when I was cutting like the outline around the image, I cut through the page in several places. So as I'm coloring, I'm trying not to push too hard on things, and I'll put some tape on the back of it once I have it all done. But yeah, so this is, the hair is like this because there is a color along from Nirma Coloring where it was green and brown hair. So I thought that I would give that a try. I'm not loving the way that this is looking, but I'm hoping with some pencil work, I can make it a little bit better. Her skin didn't turn out as great as I was hoping either, but it is what it is. So I thought I'd just work on that, chat with you guys a little bit, see how things go. I don't really have a super in-depth plan of what I want to do. So there's probably going to be a lot of hemming and hawing again, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so this is a really odd color palette for me, so I wasn't really sure how to do this. I wanted it to be fall themed, but not like super in your face fall themed. So I'm still not quite sure exactly what I'm doing. Oh, and I forgot about this. There's a spot on her face that got pulled up with the tape too, and I was so angry. But I'm hoping that I can, I don't know, maybe put some kind of little freckly things on the page or something, maybe with some glitter or some Cosmic Shimmer watercolor, like the stuff I used in the background. I thought that might be cute. But yeah, so that's another thing that I just noticed that I screwed up. Okay, so I've got a couple of colors pulled from my Black Widow set. I'm going to start with washed green and see how this goes. I'm just going to do a light layer of this everywhere and then go from there. I'm thinking the leaves are going to be like a, I don't know, like a orangey, brown, yellow mix. The mushrooms are kind of that, peachy pink, whatever that was, mix. I'm not sure what these leaves are going to be yet. And I'm not sure what these leaves in her hair are going to be yet either. But I wanted to get like the moss done first so that I can base the rest of my colors off of whatever I do here. Oh, and I just noticed I missed some there. So let me grab... I'm going to try the opal green and see. Well, it's a pretty good match. It's good enough that nobody's really going to notice, right? So now I have, I don't know what color this was. it is, I think this one is, this might be Fang. No, that's not Fang. What is that color? Yeah, that might be Fang. And then I've got olive gold and pastel lemon, and I thought I would just kind of add some color here and there on top of that washed green and see if I can get it to look like it's like switching from one color to the next or something. I'm not really sure how I wanted to do this. This is all kind of, this page is complete experiment. So we will see how it goes. So hi everybody. I probably should have started with that. Instead I forced you to, I don't know, look at my bowl of candy corn because I'm super excited about that. Yeah, I hope you are having a wonderful weekend so far, that it is beautiful and the weather is perfect, like it's going to be here. Yeah, I'm having a good couple of days. Wednesday here, it was 92 degrees. And I was like, it is September, y'all. And that's not cool for it to be 92 degrees in September. I was not a fan. I got a little grumpy that day. But then on Thursday, the temperature dropped 20 degrees and I was in heaven. Just absolute heaven. And then today was kind of the same temperature. And I was just like, this is absolutely perfect weather, and I don't want it to ever change. Of course, I know that it will, because after, fall comes the winter, which is not my favorite, but I can deal with it better than I can the summer. I much prefer being in like sweatshirts and pants than shorts and flip-flops. I feel more comfortable in my body when I'm in like bigger clothes that cover everything up. I just feel more comfy in general. Now don't get me wrong. I like, those days where you can spend the day at the beach and, but I also am the same way with winter where, I like the days where you can go outside and play in the snow. So if I had my preference, it would be fall year round. I would be in sweatshirts and sweaters and cardigans and drinking warm cups of cocoa or tea or whatever. Yeah, this is not wanting to blend. I'm trying to do it because I did put down a little bit of the layer of that light washed green, and it's just not wanting to blend out. But yeah, so weather's been perfect the past couple of days. It's going to be great again this weekend. It's going to be lovely. I'm super excited. And then it's supposed to stay this way for the next, well, it shows this temperature for the next week at least, so that makes me happy. And then this weekend, little Miss Becca has a meet tomorrow, which I'm actually not going to be able to go to. My mom is going to take her because my older daughter and my brother and I are going to go to my niece's graduation. She's getting her master's degree. We're so proud of her. She's worked so hard. She's just rocked it. Like, she went to college. She went to, she got a job with her degree, which we were kind of worried about because she majored in English. And we were like, that's going to be kind of hard to find a job. And she showed all of us. She's like, nope, suck it, ladies and gents. She probably didn't say that. That was probably me just imagining, but I feel like she might have thought it a couple of times. But yeah, super proud of her. She's lovely. And I'm excited I get to share this with her. And then my husband has a soccer game. I'm not sure this is turning out like at all like I imagined. Like, it's okay, but I'm not sure how I feel about this. My husband has a soccer game. They won their game yesterday, so they get to go and play. They won against a team that's about the same skill level as them yesterday, and then so now their reward is to go play a team that is quite a bit better than them, which I think his kids are actually looking forward to because they played so well together on Thursday, and that's really the first time that they've done like really good like that all season. There's been some issues. They had a lot of talent, but there's just been some issues with attitudes and other stuff. So I don't know. There is a football game tonight, so hopefully the kids don't stay out too late and, you know, go to parties or anything like that when they know they have games tomorrow. But yeah, he's going to be there doing that. And of course, it's exactly the same time that Becca has her meet, and the graduation is the same time as the meet. So mom to the rescue. I'm so thankful that she's here and able to help me out with that. Let's see, I'm going to turn it this way. I wanted it to be, I might have to add in some of this opal because I want it to be a little bit reminiscent of the green in the background, which is why I started out with the washed green. I just don't know that it's at all taking on that tint, but I also wanted it to look a little fall-like. So I don't know what's happening with this page. We're going to see if this looks anything like moss. I don't think it does. Let's see. So I had a couple of videos come out this past week, just the weekend whip, and then I did a small haul video on Thursday. The weekend whip video went over pretty well. People seemed to like the plaid background and the little roller coaster of emotions that I went on as I was creating said background. I had fun doing it, and one of my lovely viewers and friends reached out to me and was like, it was funny watching you go through watching that video. I was like, yeah, I it's like the complete stages of pretty much every page I make. You know, I have this great idea, and then I'm like, oh no, I shouldn't have done that. And then I'm like, well, maybe it's not so bad. And then at the end, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love it. I'm a genius. So it's like a whole, just the whole gamut, run through the whole gamut of emotions when I do a page. You know, sometimes I do have to give up and I can't. I'm just like, no, this is not going to work. But other times you just kind of keep going and keep playing, and hopefully something happens and it turns out decently. And I love that little piggy page. I posted on YouTube too. So thank you guys thank you to everybody who commented and liked it out there. I put it on my community tab. But yeah, it was an adventure for sure. Okay, so that is that. I don't know how I feel about that. Let's have a candy corn and see if I feel any better. Well, not so much, but that's okay. Let's move on to the next thing. I am going to put quite a bit of pink and orange into things, I think. I think that's going to be my tie-in color. I don't know what the right word, tie-in color, yes. Because I have this, like a nude color pink here. I have a nude color pink on her lips. I have the nude color pink in the butterfly or moth. And then a little bit of that color in here, even though I have those oranges and reds kind of mixed in as well. I thought I was funny, and I was using mushroom on the mushrooms, and also this original Black Widow. It's called Toadstool. So I thought I was so funny, so clever. Okay, these leaves, I think I'm going to give them a base of this mushroom color, actually. So we're going to start with that again. So all these leaves in her hair. I still don't know what eyes. I'm thinking probably green. But I was also thinking brown, so I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'll hold off finishing up her eyes until I get all of the comments from you guys. Yeah, so some of these leaves are ones that have been kind of damaged. The paper was damaged. Hold it up, because I did go back over top of it with my own marker, but you can kind of see it right in here. The paper was kind of pulled up. So sometimes it's really hard to like blend, and I don't know what that is. I'm going to make it a leaf, because why not? I could probably draw in, no, let's do that. I'm going to draw in a little bit of a center part of the leaf. So we're just going to go like this and like this. Sure, it's a leaf now. Same with this one. Yeah, we're just going to do this. And hopefully that will come across as leaf. Let's see, what else? I have really been wanting to make cards lately. Like I've just had the urge to do it. And I'm working on a video project that's going to be out next month. So that is taking all of my spare time. I'm starting to get really frustrated and like resentful of these pages that I have to get done. I'm just like, I just want a scrapbook, or I just want to make a card. I don't want to have to think about which colors to use and all that stuff. And it's I don't know, it's kind of funny now. Okay, so we've got some orange, some pink. Let's see. What else do we have in here that would be good? I might get maybe a little bit of a darker pink. So let's try this delicious pink. All right. I have no idea how this is going to go, so wish me luck. Let's go. All right, we're going to add in a little bit of orange here. And then we're going to shade a little bit with this toadstool and some pink. It's definitely going to be a little bit of an unconventional fall page. I've got this cream color that I'm kind of blending those colors together. And a little bit more of the orange to the edge. Wait, what is this color? This one is, I can't remember. Pumpkin. Well, that's appropriate. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've showed you guys this before, but like, you know, my Black Widows are so old, they don't even have the color names on the barrels. All right, so we've got pink into orange here. I think that orange is a little too bright, so we're going to tone that down a little bit. So I'm just going to add a little bit of the orange just to a couple of edges. I don't want it to be overpowering. And then we'll switch to another color. Where is my, yeah, honeycomb. I'm going to try this one. That's the nice thing about fall leaves, is you can just make them up. Like, you don't really have to follow a specific pattern of colors. You can just put whatever colors you feel like on there. Let's get some of this fudge in there. Fudge is one of my favorite colors in the Black Widows. It's so funny. I go from like these light, really light, nice, sweet colors to like super dark. Like I really love the opal green and the zephyr and the sable. Wow, sable's like fantastic color. All right, let's see. Yeah, I like that better. So this is a little too bright for me. I'm going to see if I can tone it down with this Holbein. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. I love this Holbein. I think I'm just going to have one at all times now. Like I really love my Prisma white, but that pencil is something else for sure. Okay, I am going to add in some brown as well. That probably would have worked to tone down the orange. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, I like that much better. Just a little bit, and then maybe we'll do the veins of the leaves in brown. And that's basically just me tracing over what's already there. I'm not gonna do too much more shading. Okay. Let me do another leaf and then we'll move on to something else. So this one I'm gonna start with, let's start with the orange again, just because that's kind of what we've been doing. So what other videos do I have coming out? Really, it's not, like I said, this month has been kind of not a lot of a plan kind of month. I'm just kind of releasing things as I think of it, or, you know, I was thankful that I had purchased a couple of things because I actually had some stuff to show you guys. Because like I said, everything else is kind of going into that project for next month. And I'm sure that this project is not even gonna, like, it's all in my head. Like, oh, this is gonna be so fun and people are gonna like it. And then I'm just like, I spent all this time doing all these things and nobody's even watching. I'm already like in my head, like, yeah, it's not gonna work. Nobody's gonna watch. I'm just being a little hypercritical, but you know, it's just how I am on occasion. I want a little bit darker brown. Which one did I use last time? I don't remember. Let's use this one. Okay. Okay. That's pretty cool. I am going to use, for my moth, I'm going to try this fudge color and see if I can draw any lines on there, because I want to do, yeah, that works. I'm just going to draw some lines along the wings. Then I'm going to take, what color is this? So I've got Castle. That might not be dark enough. Brown Brick. I don't think either of those are dark enough. Because I want something like, I think this Mud or, okay, then I've got this Mud color and I just want to do a little design along the center of the wings and then maybe a little bit out. Yeah, that works. And then I'm going to do a light warm gray. Got spider web here. And then we're going to shade it with this brown, I think. Here we go. I'm going to add in some little white highlights and then that guy's going to be done. So we'll just do a little dot here and a little dot here. And I want to just do dots along the edges of the wings and then right above the little line of other stuff. Okay. All right, so you've kind of seen what I'm going to do with those leaves up there. Let's maybe work on, what do we got? We got these big leaves. Let's try that. So I've got, no, I don't want that one. I want my honeycomb. I want honeycomb and olive gold. And and fudge. We're gonna try these. Oh, I don't know if this is gonna work. Let's see. We're gonna start with the olive gold at the base, and then we're gonna use the honeycomb in the center, and then the fudge on the edge. It's kind of a different look, huh? Let's see, where's my opal? See if maybe we can add a little bit more green to the edge, the inside. And that's a look, huh? Blend everything together again with this honeycomb. Yeah, I don't I don't hate that is what I meant to say. Kind of a fun little leaf. Let's see, what else is going on? I got to go have lunch, or not lunch, I got to go have breakfast with some of my lovely friends from the kids' school. I'm friends with a group of moms, and we have a couple of kids are the same ages, and then a couple of kids are, you know, a little bit older, a little bit younger. But there were 5 of us today. Gosh, I am just all kinds of off. My brain is not giving me the right words to say. There were 5 of us today, and that's a good group because you can really, you know, have good across the table conversations, like whole table conversations, and then you can also, you know, have a little bit of a chat with the person next to you. It was really nice, and I miss those. I miss seeing those lovely ladies. So it was nice to hang out and visit with everybody. Where is this? That's what I need. Yeah, I like that leaf. I'm gonna figure out what we're doing down here. I still don't know. That one I'm gonna have to just hold off on. Okay, so let's look at the transition between the green and the brown, because that is really bugging me. So I know that I'm gonna need my opal green. I'm gonna need probably that washed green. Yeah. Then I'm gonna need a couple of browns. So what did I grab? Did I grab dark chocolate? No, I grabbed mud. That should work. And then this color is the one. Let's try stink bug. I think that's a crazy name for a pencil. So my plan is to just kind of do some flicking and hope that this kind of blends together a little bit better. And thankfully, Black Widows are pretty good for hair flicking. Okay, so there's the mud color, and then we're gonna flick some with stink bug. What a name. And then we've got the opal. And the washed green. That's really the one that's kind of the most iffy. I don't know about this color. I think maybe it should be the iceberg. Yeah, I think it's iceberg. Much better. Well, that already looks better. Let me do a little bit more of that one. It's kind of wonky in here. It's hard when there's a giant leaf in the middle of your strands of hair. I'm trying to think what else has been going on. Not a ton, really. Like I said, I've been doing just a lot of making videos. I have been trying to catch up with some of my comments. So if I have not responded to something that you posted, I try. I really do. And I see everything, and I've been trying to get better about even just like putting a heart next to a comment after I read it. I don't know why it's so hard for me. Like, there's no reason. But, you know, I leave comments for everybody videos, for videos that I watch, I try to, for the most part. And so I was like, you know, it's not like it's that hard to write back really quick. And I know I appreciate it when people respond to, you know, comments that I've left. So I have no idea if this is going to work. I know these colors are odd, but I just really wanted something like not just like typical normal green. Okay, I'm going to add this washed green up here. No, iceberg up here. And see if maybe that kind of gives it a little bit more of the color that I was looking for. It's kind of hard with Black Widows after a certain point. They don't really want to blend a whole lot anymore, but sometimes you can get a little bit extra color in there. All right, there's some of the hair. I'm sure that that's not done. I will be doing more to the hair, but you can kind of see how I was going to do the blending between the two colors. Next, we've got these bad boys. I think I'm going to grab my dark chocolate for this. And I'm also going to grab my Prismacolor cream. So this is my plan with the horns here. Use the dark chocolate as the shadow color. So anywhere where things overlap. And then anywhere where there's a texture line, I'm going to go, depending on where, like I didn't really pick a light direction, but you want to make sure that you kind of go on the same, use shade on the same side of the lines. So like underside, the lines are all going to be shaded on that side. And then, yeah. You can kind of tell with the way that these lines are curved that the shadow would be created above some of these, which is what I'm going to plan on doing. So I'm just going to add in a little bit of shadow above each of these lines. Okay, so this is where it changes. So up here, because it's curved away, that the indent would create the shadow that way. But then now, since it's closer to you, it's going to be underneath the line, if that makes any sense. I don't know if it does. I could be completely wrong, but this is just the way that my brain is seeing it. Let's see, what else? I did do a little bit of a color and chat with my oldest kiddo. However, neither one of us had gone back to our page since we did the video. And I kind of wanted to show you guys like a completed page, and I don't know that that's going to happen anytime soon. Thankfully, it's not like a timed, like the video didn't need to be released at a specific date or anything. So we have some time, but neither one of us are like, we're just like, I don't know about going back to that right now. Okay, so now for the highlights. I'm going to use my cream. And on the opposite side from where I have the shadow, I'm going to add the highlight, specifically on the, not the inside of the horn so much, but around the outside, definitely. The highlights just add so much right back in. I think that's why so many people like working on like the tone tanned paper and the gray paper, because you can add your highlights in and it doesn't, I'm going to add just a few little texture lines here and there. It's super easy to add those highlights back in, and it just adds so much to your page. Okay, that looks decent, right? Looks pretty good. All right, that's good. Good. Let's see. Yeah, and then the other thing that I know for sure that I'm going to do, which I might as well just do it now, is I'm going to paint these little acorns and the braids. So I'll definitely do the acorn with you guys really quick. All right. Just straight in with this brush. A little bit on the top here. You have to really focus. I have to really focus when I do any kind of painting or anything like that. Okay, I'm going to try with my smaller black velvet. I'm going to try to do a little bit of that braid and see if I can do it easily or not. I think this is the right color. I don't know if it is now. It doesn't look quite the same. It's close. Close, close. I don't think I have enough. Yeah, and then this is the same kind of color that I thought about maybe doing some little freckles or something on her face. I just thought it would distract you from that giant spot on her face. Because I know shinies always make me look at things. I'm always drawn by shiny things. Yeah, it's a little tricky to get in some of these spots. I might have to go back in with my fine liner, but I think that'll look cool. Definitely a different kind of page, like a different color palette for me, not one that I don't typically use a ton of green like this. I wanted it to be a little bit fall-like, but I don't really know how fall it is so far. But yeah, this is gonna take a little bit, I think. Let me work on that a little bit, just because I'm here and I feel like the need to do it. So I'm gonna use this dark chocolate too. I know I was using the mud color earlier, but I'm just gonna bring in some dark chocolate, which is not the right color. Like I said, this page is 100% just a straight experiment. I'm just like throwing things on the page, and if they work, great. And if they don't work, then I know that for next time. All right, so I switched to chalk tone, which is a little bit better, I think. It's a cooler brown. And I do like the, like I said, the Black Widows are pretty good for hair. Still not my favorite. I would definitely choose between a Prismacolor or the Derwent Pro color, which thank you, Corey from Colorfully Optimistic, for sharing that with us. I do love the Pro colors now. I am obsessed with using them and the Light Fast recently. Yeah, that's all I want to color with right now. Okay, there's that. Where'd the mud go? Mud. And then stink bug. Almost like yellowy enough that it kind of goes into, I'll try this washed green in there too. A little bit of washed green, a little bit of iceberg, and then the opal. For the highlights on this one, I could use my gray, what is it? The gray green light from the Prismacolor set. Just kind of throw a couple highlights in there. Maybe even in the brown, I could use that one too. All right, I'm gonna do a little bit more of the hair, a little bit more. And then I probably need to get off of here. So I'm sure you noticed I'm just a little hyper. I had some caffeine this evening, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to go to sleep. That's gonna be the tricky part, is whether or not I can go to bed. I really wanted just a nice cup of tea and to sit with a candle going and my blanket and just veg for a little bit this afternoon. So that is what I did. I don't usually have caffeine this late, but I was like, it's totally worth it because I just felt so comforted. It was so nice just to have the tea there. There's something about, you know, when I have the windows open and a blanket on. And my husband's like, shut the dang window if you're cold. I'm like, it's not that I'm cold. I'm cozy right now. Like, I want that feeling that, like, my cheeks are a little cold, but I have a blanket on, so the rest of me is okay. He's like, you don't make sense. Thanks, honey. Well, I hope you guys like that. I hope you think it's going to look all right. I think it's going to be okay. I probably need a color in between this stink bug and the mud, but I don't really want to mess with that. So it's just going to be these two colors, and I'm going to just have a harsh line. I'm good with that, though. I don't mind it at all. Where is the right color? Chalk tone. I'm gonna go over this a little bit. Okay, so you guys get it. There's the hair and her gold braid and gold acorns, and a little bit of leaf, a little bit of mushrooms, horn, moth. There's the moth a little closer just in case you wanted to see it. I like her. She's a pretty little gal. Okay. I'm done. Thank you guys for sitting with me this evening. Well, this evening for me, wherever you are in your weekend. Like I said, I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful time. Yeah, that is it for me today. Thank you so much for being here. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.